Hello guys, this is FortDefender and welcome back to yet another Pokemon video. Today we did a battle, 18Z and I. We did Pokemon that are forts or shields versus Pokemon that are swords or attackers of forts. So of course, FortDefender, I was on the defense side of things. So I had quite an interesting team to work with. I had Showdown, Stoneager, Fortress, Blastoise, and as you can see, I am not doing well. So I thought maybe Stoneager would be a good start. I don't really know why. But I'm still testing out the team. He obviously had a lot of Pokemon that were going to be super effective to me, and there's not too much coverage I could do with the ones that I had, because I know that he was going to have a lot of very strong Steel type Pokemon, because Swords, Steel, not as many as I thought he might have, but obviously wasn't doing too great. But let's just hop into that here. So I was taken out by a crit, of course, because his Surfetch just seemed to love crits, but luckily I was able to get him back and pull away the Aegis Lash with a Leech Seed. So things weren't too bad. It was still 44. We got Bastoidon in, and he brought out Caldeo. Now luckily I had Sturdy here. I was not expecting Brick Break, but that hurt me pretty bad. Secret Sword also did some damage. Flamethrower, not going to do too much, because none of these Pokemon really had attack as their best stat. They were all more on the defensive side of things. So they were in for the long battle, and his Pokemon wanted to end it quickly. So I was already at a huge disadvantage, but this was a challenge to see if I could somehow find a way to come back. So I put Dig, because again, I'm like, there's going to be a lot of Steel types that might help. He just had Protect on it, which, oof, that's a big old oof there. I went for Max Quake though, which does break through Protects, so that is good. But again, Special Defense wasn't really helping me too much, because he has Brick Break, and also he has a lot of physical attackers. So I was able to take out the Zacian, but I was down 3-1. There was not a high chance of me coming back from this. He got rid of my berry there. Luckily he attacked with a special move, but I didn't really have much to deal with Scyther. Luckily I got the mythical down. He brought in Samurott and Dynamaxed it, and that was pretty much the end of the road for me. Did a massive amount of damage there. I was able to deal high damage to Scyther, but didn't have much to deal with Samurott, so that was the end of that round. Going into the next round, I had a little bit more experience with his team, and so I started with Fortress and Blastoise, because I was going to go for a setup stall. He hit me with a super strong Aerial Ace. I'm guessing he had Technician on the Scyther. Unfortunately, he saw right through that, dragged me right out. I did not expect Dragon Tail at all on Samurott. He hit me ridiculously hard, and the rain I set up only helped him, so my plan completely backfired right off the bat. Luckily, I was able to at least take out Scyther. The poison, not going to help me too much, because a lot of them are Steel types, but for the ones that would help against, it's damage. It's damage. So I was able to get Toxic off. 4T gets a crit here, it's 18Z. He's got to get a lot of crits, as you know. So I was able to get a good drill run in on the Zacian. Toxic dealing some damage. Blastoise blocking, stalling out a little bit here. Of course, he got another crit. It's 18Z winner. He's got to get lots and lots of crits. Toxic slowly eating away. So I went up to the Zacian. He took out my Blastoise. Went up to the Zacian. One tapped with my critical hit as a return. Of course, he goes for Hydro Cannon, and it deals quite a bit. So I sent out my Bastoidon, and of course, again, not going to do too great. I got another crit. But I'm at a severe disadvantage against Surfetch. So luckily, I was able to take out Surfetch at least with a crit. Brought in Stoneager, because I figured he has the ability to boost other Pokemon's attacks. So I thought maybe I'll Dynamax him, try to get some attacks with Bastoidon. He'll at least survive one hit, which he did with Sturdy, which worked out pretty well for me. Then I went for Max Quake. Again, Special Defense isn't going to help me too much. Should have thought about that. Did help me a little bit with Hydro Cannon. I thought maybe I could deal a little bit more damage to Caldeo, and I was able to, I lost Bastoidon. I was able to take out Samurott though. Max guys are hitting me really hard. I was able to max Quake here, dealing some damage. It took a little bit more toxic, but in the end, I was done. This was originally supposed to be a best of 3, but things didn't quite go that way because, well, I didn't win. So we decided, well, let's just do the third one because I got swept. So I thought, I got one more shot to prove that the defense team can really win. I took a huge Bethlock blade. It's just, Zacian is ridiculous. Again, crits. It's an 18Z winner. You gotta expect all those crits. See if I get some toxic off, but again, he's gonna use the poison types. Shadow Sneak, breaking my sturdy. Big brain on his part, I will admit. So we'll get a drill run off, dealing some decent damage at least. Stone Jar, I figured, well, if he's in here, I'll be able to knock him out, Zacian, because of the boost. Of course I miss. That was a major part of this battle, was missing that move there. Then, of course, I get one tapped. That guy wouldn't have been dead at all if it weren't for me missing. Finally, I take out Zacian. Samurai's already taking some poison damage. Caldeo comes in, gets its poison dose. Dynamax is as expected. I don't know what I could have done here. I probably should have done something differently, but not really sure. I was already, after that one bad miss, things were going downhill, but I figured I'm in here for the long battle, let's just try it. I had to get the rain off for some regeneration, so I protected. He went for max airstream, dealing a little bit of damage to me. Then he hit me with the Hydro Cannon, taking quite a bit of my health. Of course, the rain boosted him, but that was a chance I had to take. Blastoise had to stall out as much as possible. With being able to toxic his Pokemon, stall is my best way of winning, especially with how hard they can hit. Of course, I had to lose Zazamenta. There was no choice. I didn't think that there was any way to avoid that. Luckily, I was able to set up the max Hailstorm, which doesn't help me that much, but it honestly was hurting him more than it was hurting me, so it did help in a way. He sent out Scyther, I went for max guard, blocking his attacks. They take some hail, and a little dose of poison hits Caldeo. He goes for another air slash, knocking himself out. Fury Cutter from Scyther. I went for max Hailstorm, dealing severe damage to Scyther because of the ice move plus the hail. I was able to then stall out a little bit longer with a block. He went for a block himself. Scyther could not get the damage in here and was taken out by the hail. Now it was a stall battle between me and Samurott, who could outlast the other. Of course, he missed the Hydro Cannon here, which was helpful on my part. He was left with very little health with the poison. He was going to be down to about one move. I could see he was down to 1 HP. I should have gone for an attack here. I think I might have outsped possibly, but unfortunately, in the end, I couldn't pull it off. 18Z won all the battles, but I got it really close. I got a lot further than I thought I would, especially accepting a challenge quite like this, and he is a very tough opponent. But I hope you guys enjoyed these set of battles here, and if you did, I really appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button, guys. As always, thanks for watching.